Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another mildly interesting video brought to you by a mildly interesting person, me. So, in the anime community, there's a bit of a meta series, or a franchise, a cash cow franchise you might call it. It's called Precure. I don't know if you've heard of it. Now, essentially, Precure is a magical girl series created by Toei Animation that started in 2004, where for the entire year, from the beginning of the year, they would have like a different magical girl show based off like a different theme. Like one time they did one about music, and the other one about like space, and the other one about medicine. Fun fact about the medicine one, it started airing in the beginning of 2020, when COVID was about to hit full swing. I have never seen a better coincidence than this situation in terms of comedy. Not even Scott the Wasp could ever live up to that type of irony or comedy. Maybe. But anyways, they have been continuing this trend from 2004, presumably to like continue milking off the Magical Girl franchise after they concluded Sailor Moon like a couple years ago. And this year, they have Hirogaru's Sky Precure, which seems to be taking place in the sky, and it seems like it's gonna have a lot of fun with gravity. So, it was very interesting to me. I decided to check out the first episode as a bit of a first impressions. Now, before we actually start watching the episode, let's try to get acquainted with what we're gonna be watching. So, I'm gonna load up my laptop, which is currently still charging. Okay, so according to my anime list, the synopsis reads as follows. A major incident has occurred in the peaceful Skyland. The young Princess L has been kidnapped by the monsters of Underk Empire? What? A brave young girl Sora follows the princess through a mysterious hole. Sounds like a cave to me. Sounds pretty interesting. TV, cars, are those some kind of magic tools? But there's no time to be surprised. She has to get the princess back to the castle. Flying between two worlds, that's actually going to be pretty interesting to see. The adventure with the Precure starts now. It's hero time. What? So yeah, this sounds really interesting. The whole like flying between two worlds and the fact that there's like sky in like the title tells me there's gonna be a lot of fun with gravity and a whole lot of flying, or at least some like gravity defying tricks. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes, so I'm gonna go load up the first episode and let's see how it goes. Well, one episode later and I still have my laptop on my lap because I want to keep this as reference. So, we begin with this girl Sora flying in the back of a giant bird to a floating kingdom to presumably stop the bad guy from supposedly stealing a MacGuffin. Now, lucky for me, we have a little prediction over here. It's the new McDonald's item, the MacGuffin. So, this box here presumably tells us what the MacGuffin of this year is gonna be. And, oh, coincidentally, we also see a baby in the opening shot. So, let's see what... Oh, how funny. It's the picture of the baby inside. I wonder what's gonna happen.
Happy birthday, Princess Eddie.
Oh yeah. That is bound to happen. Well, you can go in the floor. So, turns out the baby is the MacGuffin of the show, presumably. And so naturally, we get a pretty sick chase scene. This is the kind of parkour that I kind of want to see like in more movies, to be honest. But oh no, despite all the parkour skills, the bad guy's getting away. He's plowing through everything. But oh, good news, the girl is right in front of the bad guy to save the MacGuffin. Oh no, the bad guy unleashes a secret attack.
なぜならお前の墓石に刻む名前が必要だからなのね。Welcome to Heaven!
What? What is that attack? But oh no! she's got the MacGuffin, and he's escaping through a wormhole. But oh, never mind, the girl is about to jump through the wormhole and literally rescue the baby, because that's what heroes do. I'm sure we're gonna get like a real motivation as to like why she's doing all this in the first place, but for now, let's just poke fun of it while we still can. I know it's not really respectful, but I was never really a fan of the Precure series to begin with. I'm only doing this just because, well, the titles seem fun. And where then the bad guy gets away, but then the good girl, her name's Sora by the way, that's the blue hair girl, manages to get the baby, her name's Elle by the way, and then somehow another wormhole opens, where she goes right into the earth and falls down. Here comes the midpoint, aka the ad break. Well, one ad break later, and we're now ready to tackle on the second half of the first episode. So, let us begin. So we meet Mashiro, essentially the heroine that's living on Earth, when all of a sudden, she stumbles across Sora falling down from the sky. Cue the funky music and the constant screaming as comedy. And that's actually when we get our first wham line that I wasn't really expecting. Turns out Sora is not actually from Earth, and that kind of came as a shock to me because like I have seen like a couple like little like first episodes of like some Precure installments before, like Maho Girls Precure, Story Twinkle Precure, Hokuto Precure. I've seen like those first episodes, and every single one of them is from Earth. I don't know if like there's any other like installments in the meta series that like has like a heroine that's actually not on Earth. But anyway, they somehow both think that it's just a dream, and then they talk to each other. But then surprise, surprise, remember that wormhole that the bad guy went through earlier? Well, guess what? It leads to Earth! And not only that, he now decides to attack Sora. And the first thing he does... I'll just let the clip play out for you. I think you'll just have to see it for yourself. Yes, that actually happened. He turned an excavator into a transformer. Man, I'm loving the new Transformer 2023 movie, Rise of the Beast. So he attacks the blue hair girl Sora, and so naturally, the blue hair girl takes Elle, and then just hands her responsibility over to Michiru, who she just met like 5 minutes ago. And so naturally, Sora stands her ground because that's what heroes do, and that's what we need to set an example to the young kids watching the show. So yeah, about that baby being the MacGuffin, well, that is further proven when Sora still goes, that's what heroes do. Like, she goes on like this like speech about like, that's why we do what we do. And then all of a sudden, a pen just comes out of her, like she just had the power of friendship. What world is this? Is this a Scott Pilgrim universe where swords can come out of you just because you have the power of love?
Because I'm in love with her.
Scott earned the power of love.
And that's when we cue in the transformation sequence. One that is a staple of every single magical girl show out there since God knows how long. Anyways, let's watch this damn thing to like actually like get like a real... Okay, we need to like okay. Yep, the pen comes out of her heart like she just had the power of friendship. I really hope my door's locked. She said it! She said the MacGuffin words! Here we go! Okay, so it's actually a wand. I don't know what that is though. Yeah, this is just pretty much a straight up idol kind of style. There's even like the loading of like volume kind of thing. I really hope my door's locked actually. I really like the microphone like has like a little like text that says sky, and then like, oh, everything's like starting to like grow more flashy and like longer and stuff. I like the CD in the bottom, like also like spells like some of the words that like she's saying like pop and sky. Oh, and step 2, that's actually like really cool. Makes it pretty satisfying to me. Oh my god, she has a cape! Oh my god. And of course it's all colored blue, because like that's the theme, but I don't mind that. Well, that was actually pretty good. Really, really flashy. A lot of like, lots of growing stuff, but like the setting is really unique, so I'm gonna have to give that a 9 out of 10 out of my completely non-existent scale. I haven't come up with a name for it, nor have I come up with like a rubric system for it, like what actually contributes into the points. I don't think I ever will make one like that, but just something to think about. So anyways, long story short, we get some pretty cool kick-ass physical fight scenes with the excavator transformer. And then she somehow purifies it. Wait, actually, let me check. How does she purify it? Oh, okay, so I just remembered. She punches the transformer into oblivion, and that somehow purifies him. And then he turns into a normal transformer. I mean, a normal excavator. God, my words are mixed up right now. And the bad guy just gets out of there. And that's the beginning of their friendship between Michiru and Sora for the rest of the series. Now the concept here is actually pretty interesting. The description and the synopsis mention flying between 2 worlds, and the opening parkour sequence makes me think that we're gonna get more of those types of sequences in the future, or at least some sort of like anti-gravity things. So I cannot wait for that as well. I also kind of want to see how Michiru's transformation sequence will look like. From my experience, it's gonna happen in the next episode, which is coming out in like 5 days. Assuming that I don't take like 3 weeks to edit this video like last time. So yeah, I'll see the second episode when it comes out. So that's all my first impressions for the first episode. This is one of my first times like doing this kind of thing. So yeah.